So welcome to this webinar and good morning to all of you, and thank you for taking the time to log into this webinar, which is Teach Your Child How to Think. So I'm assuming all of you been on a webinar before. If not, just a few tips for you. So if you want to acknowledge something, you can just simply raise your hand. You'll see an icon on the right-hand side, which is basically to raise your hand. We're going to have questions and responses. So if you click on the icon that says question, you will be able to actually ask a question or respond to my questions as well. So that way we're going to make it interactive. It's not just me waiting for questions. I'm going to ask you questions as well. So I would expect the responses as you type and click on the question, we will get the responses from you. So as simple as that. So are you ready, everybody? I can see some hands up. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Gayatri, Murli, Ranjana, Sandeep, Purnima. I can see all of you up on the screen there. Thank you so much. Senthil, Sandeep, Sunita Devi, Aditya, Bhartiya, Ajit Singh, Bhumika. I can't spell out all the names, but thank you so much for logging in, and thank you for your presence up here. So how many of you, question, how many of you know of Edward de Bono? And that's my question. My question for you is going to come up on the screen. How many of you? So Dipti says yes. I need more responses from all of you. I can see never heard of. Vishwas says never heard of. Thank you, Vishwas, for being honest. Senthil says yes, we know about Edward de Bono. Wow. Aditya says yes, I know about Edward de Bono. Thank you. So some people are responding to my questions. So some people saying yes, some people saying no. I must tell you a little bit about this wonderful gentleman, Edward de Bono. So he's an MD PhD, he's a Rhodes Scholar, he's the world's authority on innovation and creativity. And he's the author of 85 books, all on thinking and innovation space. And most of his books have got translated now in 43 different languages. The 43rd language has again been India. Tamil is the latest edition of his translated book. So amazing author, prolific, because just look at the number of books and the kind of topics under thinking and innovation. So he's the inventor of the COT program. COT stands for the Cognitive Research Trust. It's a trust that he established in Cambridge when he started teaching at Cambridge, a program for young learners. The young learners were freshman students who had to undergo thinking skills as a mandatory program in the university. So COT is a sum total of 60 tools. We'll sample some of the tools today. So we've got your queries on your expectations. So some of you want to know how to deal with difficult children, how to get children to think, how to improve your parenting style at home. So I'll just pick up on some of the simple tools that you could use with kids at home, and you could start seeing the difference in the way you're parenting and your child's attitude towards you and towards anything else at home, school, social fabric, whatever. So the COT program is the most powerful program that has ever been designed because it's got 60 tools and constitutes what's called life skills. In many parts of the world, life skills are now a mandatory program. Everybody okay so far? Any questions? Okay, excellent. So people saying good to proceed. And now that you know about Edward de Bono, who's me? Just a quick introduction about me. I work with Edward de Bono since the last 28 years now. And my role is of a lifetime master trainer. Gopala, you're asking, can the child be part of the session? Of course. Please get your children, those who got children around them, please sit with your child, because in the next 10-15 minutes, we will sample the tools and your child can be part of this session. Thank you, Gopala, for asking that question. If you got a child at home who's around you, please get your child to participate in this webinar. So coming back to me, I started working with Edward de Bono 28 years ago, and In the first batch of trainers, I did lateral thinking with him and 6 hats and the whole gamut of training courses. So my title is Lifetime Master Trainer. So I've been driving his business in this part of the world since the last 28 years. That's me. I'm going to get to know you folks a little bit better as we move along in this webinar. This is what he said. He said the quality of our thinking will determine the quality of our future. If we think well today, we will have a wonderful future. Likewise, if our children think well today, they will have a wonderful future. But if they don't think well, they will have problems at home, they'll have problems at school, they'll have problems doing their homework, they will have problems with their peers, they will have problems with their careers because they're doing limited thinking. So thinking's important for the future. So what we're doing today is going to impact the future, very important. So a few things we're going to sample just to give you a framework of what we're going to do here quickly. We're going to look at intelligence and thinking and differentiate between the two. And we're going to tell you why you need directed attention, why we need the tool approach and one tool at a time in a systematic way. And then we'll sample some of the tools as part of the process. So here we are, and quick question, and you can involve the children who are around you, or if you don't have any children around you, you can start thinking. We've got 2 people who are running a race. 2 people decide to get onto a stadium and they're participating in a 100 meters race. Now you can see the visual, it tells you all. My question is very simple for you this morning, and I'm going to give you 30 seconds to answer. I'll be looking at your answered questions on the answer panel. My question is, which of the 2 do you reckon is going to win the race? Which of the 2 is going to be the winner of this race? Answers as you're ready. Time starts now. You got 30 seconds. I'm seeing all your answers. Wow. Excellent. Thank you for the response. Wonderful. Majority of the people say the cyclist is going to be the winner. And some of you said that the person running is going to be on the feet is going to be the winner of this race. So I like some response from somebody who said that the person who's running on his feet is going to be the winner. Why do you think the person is going to be the winner who's running on his or her feet? Answers. 15 seconds for answers up there. This question is directed to those people who answered that the person on the feet, wow, because it's a 100-meter sprint. So by the time you get momentum, wow, in a lane. So the periphery is a bigger surface. Wow. He's paying more attention to the road. Wow. 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 Come on, I'm looking at more answers. A lot of people had said the person on the feet is going to be the winner. Why? Okay, looks like you run out. Okay, so the person on the feet is going to be the winner. There could be many other reasons, and I will address them soon. But next question coming up is for the people who said, and that was favorite with most people, the cyclist is going to be the winner. Why do you think the cyclist is going to be the winner? Sunita, good answer. But now focus on the cyclist. Why do you reckon the cyclist is going to be the winner? Answers. I'm still waiting for answers. Why is the cyclist going to be the winner? So he can go faster. He's got a machine. Deepak, right? Gayatri says it's obvious. He's already got some traction. He's not tired. He's enjoying the race. Wow, Jayanta. Brilliant. You can surely look at the picture. The machine is quicker. Machine is faster. You're right. Wish was right. Everybody right. Manikam, winning spree. Correct. Absolute. So, do you want to know what the correct answer is, people? The correct answer is you can never tell who's going to be the winner. It depends on a lot of factors. What if I told you that the cyclist is going to have a flat tire in the next few seconds? You can already see deflated tires of his cycle. If you observe closely the picture, what if he has deflated tires? How do you think he's going to be the winner? What if I told you the cyclist doesn't know how to ride the bicycle? It's his first day on the bicycle. What if I told you the cyclist simply's got a run-down bicycle. You know, one of those typical ones we had in India 50 years ago. The chain would come out, the propelling wouldn't happen. Wow. What if I told you that the person who's running has got flat feet? What if I told you the person who's running mentally conditioned that I'm not going to win the race? What if I told you the person who's running on his feet or her feet hasn't practiced running from a long, long time? What if I told you the person running doesn't have the stamina to complete the race? So, really, it depends on a lot of factors. It's not so simple as it looks. So, that's exactly what Edward de Bono said. He said, thinking is a skill. And absolutely, Ranjana, excellent answer. It's anyone's game. And how can it be your game? If you build on your thinking skills, and there's a big difference between intelligence and thinking. So, intelligence is generally what we already have. But unfortunately, highly intelligent people can be poor thinkers. But if you train somebody to be a good thinker, even if their intelligence level is low, they can have a head start. They can be wonderful. So Edward de Bono gave this a wonderful name. He called this operacy skills. He called them operating skills. He said, you and I need skill of operacy. So what's operacy? Operacy on the screen for you is the operating skill. I'm going to farm out the answer to you here. It's the operating skill. So what is the operating skill? Operating skill means the skill with which we are going to use our intelligence, our natural intelligence. If we learn how to think better, if we learn how to practice thinking better, if we practice everyday thinking, you, meaning we all, including children, can be wonderful thinkers. So how do we do that? How can we make it possible? How can we make it a way of life? How can we do that? If we learn the importance of thinking skills. So to do that, we first need to improve on our perception. Perception is what we see. So children see something. Children see the teacher in the classroom. They have some perception. Okay, so you see something, you see a picture, you have a perception. But if you don't challenge that perception, what happens is it limits your thinking. So here is a wonderful analogy by Edward de Bono. He calls this garbage in, garbage out. What is garbage in, garbage out? Garbage in, garbage out is very simple. Garbage in, garbage out says if we take garbage as perception in our brain, then what's going to happen? The output's going to be garbage as well. But if we do not take garbage, we challenge what we are seeing, not just through our eyes, but the processing in our brain. If we challenge what we see, then the output is going to be different. Simple. You're looking at a math problem. For the children who are listening to this webinar, if you see the math problem differently, then you'll use a different formula to solve the problem. But if you don't see the math problem differently, what's going to happen? You will see it one way, chances are you'll use a faulty formula. And when you use a faulty formula, your solution is going to be wrong. So what is your perception? It's going to be key to selecting the right formula in a maths test. Let's say the teacher is giving you a maths quiz. You'll have to say, this needs this sum. If I use this sum correctly over here, solution is going to be wonderful. But let me question. Before I start rapidly using that sum for doing the calculation, let me ask, is this sum correct? Is there another sum that could be correct? Is there another formula That could be correct. This question falls under which chapter that we've learned? If you challenge that perception, chances are, and if you pause and you think, chances are definitely better for you to crack that problem in the right way. You'll get the best solution in the shortest possible time. So pause, don't be in a hurry. So a tip, how do you face an exam? How do you be an exam warrior? You can be an exam warrior by thinking first. Have a look at the question paper. Think. Because if you perceive the question wrongly, you would start answering it in the wrong way. And what's going to happen? It's going to affect your your scores at the end of the exam. So take a few minutes, always worthwhile. Scan through the question paper. This is called directed attention. Each question, make a note. This question deals with this chapter. This question deals with this sum. This question, this formula. This question related to this hypothesis. This question, this is the way I'm going to do it. And then you start answering the question. What's going to happen? Because of the directed approach you took, you will not have garbage in, garbage out. Questions, comments on this concept of Edward de Bono. Challenge perceptions. Do not accept things as you see them. Challenge them. Why? Garbage in, garbage out. Questions, comments. Okay, so Kathy says okay, Sandeep says okay, Gayatri says okay, Ashok Kumar okay, thank you. I just want to make sure everybody okay. So if you got kids with you, get them to challenge perception. Don't, because kids spontaneously will give you a response. That's good. We need to think in a limited time. But Edward de Bono said, think, note, write. So everybody make a note of that and inculcate this habit in your child. What is that? Think, note, write. What is think, note, write? Very important. Think, note, and then write. Let me try and get it up on my different screen for a second and work on this thing with you. What is think, note, write? Good habit to inculcate in your children, because children are quick in giving you responses. So what should we tell them? We should tell them, think, note, write. Think first, make some key notes, then write. How about this as a tip for being an exam warrior? By solving anything in the school as well. Take time. A teacher asks, who knows the answer? Yeah, you may be slow in raising your hand. In fact, teachers need to do that. Give time for questioning. And that's called Socratarian method for questioning. Allow time to kids. Give them 30 seconds. Nobody raise their hand. Everybody 30 seconds think. Now who's going to raise their hand? Wow. Response is going to be wonderful. So we can go on and on. Think, note, write. Wonderful method of Edward de Bono. So perceptions, very important. And let's look at why some things fail. Some things fail because we don't look for everything. 5 common failures of thinkers are: we miss some situation, we miss some thinking, we leave some things out, we don't see consequences, and very important in real life, we do not generate alternatives. We are very weak in generating options. So let's try to address how we can avoid these failures by using some tools. How can we use some tools? So he recommended all of these tools should be using parallel thinking. What is parallel thinking? We should not be doing, mismatch in our thought process. So current thinking is mismatch. We don't want that. We want parallel thinking. So what is parallel thinking? If everybody says we should raise prices, we should raise the tuition fees now, then everybody should say yes. But everybody should say yes together. Why? That will improve breadth of thinking. We'll go deep into a number of yeses. After we spent a minute or 2 minutes on yes, then the entire class should look at no. we should not increase this fees in the school. Okay, why? Then we'll get a lot of answers why we should not increase the fees in the school. So, best way to think is all the yeses first, all the no's later. Why is that? That will do parallel thinking. The output that we'll get will be wonderful. So, all of the tools that he designed, all the tools he designed for children, he recommends we should use parallel thinking with those tools. Why is that? It improves depth and breadth of thinking. The output you will get will be much more from the child. But if you tell the child, is this a good idea? Children, is this a good idea? They'll say, yes, no, okay, mama, blah, blah, blah. It will not be good. So, example, I want to tell them this time we should watch more TV because we don't have school. We should watch more TV. Come on, children. Should we watch more TV? We want more TV time, more screen time. Yes, 2 minutes. Everybody gave me reasons why we should have more TV time at home. Children will give all the answers. More TV time means more we will be engaged. We can study as well using the TV. We can go to National Geographic channel, mama. We can learn from some channel. We can go online and learn as well. Wow. And mama, we will be occupied. Wow. Ashok Kumar giving some answers. Wonderful. Now, when the child, you want to correct the child because child's using too much of screen time. So how are you going to parent the child? Now you tell the child, children, baby, come on, tell me why we should not use too much of TV now. What can go wrong if morning to night we are on the TV? Children, what can go wrong? And the children will tell you the answers. They will tell, Mama, we will have watery eyes. Mama, absolutely. We're getting the answers there. People are typing. Feel free to type the answers. Think you're a 5-year-old. So somebody's expectation, how do I bring up my child in a better way? How do I parent my child? This is one technique. Do not be prescriptive to the child. If you tell the child, don't start the TV, I'm going to hide the remote, then the child will watch TV when you're not around. Child will not understand. So we have to explain to the child, okay, this is going to be the consequences. What will be the negative consequences? Plus first, minus next. Wow. Kurup is saying you will be couch potato. You'll be sitting only and watching. No exercise, nothing. You'll not be doing any other activity. You're right. So wonderful concept by Edward de Bono. What is that? How do I bring up my child at home? I don't allow mismatch in the thoughts. I separate the thinking with the child. I tell the child yes. I tell the child no. And then automatically the nose will, it's like a seesaw. The nose will be more than the yes, or the eyes, or the yeses. If the nays are more than the eyes, automatically you'll be able, the child himself or herself will tell, Mama, you're right. Too much TV is not good. I will ration my TV time. Mama, half an hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening, or whatever is the time frame we agree on. You can agree on with the child. It'll be wonderful situation at home. So use this method for anything. Child may say, yeah, mama, I want to have more ice cream. More ice cream. What will a typical mama or papa do? No ice cream. No ice cream. That's not the right way. We'll use parallel thinking with the child. Baby, let's have ice cream every hour. Let's have ice cream every day. Children, what can go wrong? No. First, What are the pluses of having ice cream? Can you act like children even if you don't have children around you? Act like 5-year-olds. What do you think children are going to give you the answer? I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I need some responses. If every hour we have ice cream, what fun! Can you type in some fun things for me? If ice cream every hour, pluses, remember that. Morley saying, wow, sweet every hour, enjoy every hour. Wow, it's hot now, summer. You're the best mom, Sunita. Wow, the day will be wonderful with ice cream, which was correct. Come on, every hour ice cream, children. Mama, I will have a 2-minute break after study or an activity every hour. Mom, you can give it to me as a reward. Wow, Mama to agree to this. Wow, Ranjana, right. No need to cook anything else. Wow, because ice cream will give the vitamins, the proteins needed. Wow, ice cream is healthy. Wow, excellent, Kathy. Chennai's hot. Wow. Bhumika's asking, are you okay, Mom? Now, let's take a minute with the child. Now, we're going to parent the child through the thinking process. Children, why do you think we should not have ice cream every hour? Children, among all of you, Bhumika, Ranjana, Ashok, while Ranjana is saying cavities will increase, visit to the dentist. Remember Peppa Pig and visit to the dentist? Ajit Singh says bad for teeth, throat irritation, more so in current times. Too much sugar is bad, Aditya, not good for health. Peppa, my daughter's favorite. Tell her Peppa had to go to the dentist because Peppa eating too much chocolate cake. Will be fat. Wow. Anything too much is bad. Deepak, correct. So as you can see now, automatically, we'll need bigger clothes all the time. Wow, Kathy. We'll outgrow our clothes. Wow. Excellent. So what's going to happen? Children should be able to say, maybe 8-year, 9-year-old kids will be able to say, it will not give you the entire nutrition that you need because I should eat more vegetables, I should eat more greens, blah, 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 blah. And then you can explain to the child why too much of ice cream or too much of chocolate is not good. Bhartiya, right? You'll be having craving for sugar. That's going to make you hyperactive, blah, 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 blah. So we bring up the child in a different way. We don't bring up the child in a routine way. And the tools are superb. So let's try this tool. We're going to try this tool. It's a wonderful tool. It's called PMI. And wherever you are, can you chant and chant loudly? Though I can't hear you, I'm expecting you 30 seconds, all of you to chant. PMI. 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 Everybody give me a hands up. Let me see your arm. Come on, raise your palm and tell me PMI. 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 It's a wonderful tool by Edward de Bono. What does this tool do? This tool says, how can I get a child to have some critical thinking and at the same time do some creative thinking on the child's own capability building? How? If I build this capability in my child by using this tool on a daily basis at home, it'll be wonderful to build thinking as a skill in my child. My child will be a wonderful, critical, and creative thinker. My child will not be egocentric. My child will not argue unnecessarily. My child will do plus, minus, interesting. And notice the way I pronounced the tool. PMI. P dot M dot I. How do we write this tool? It's not PMI. Right? PMI. P dot M dot I. Why is that? For any scenario, we should do plus first. For any scenario, we should do minus next. For any scenario, we should do interesting last. So it's a superb tool to use everywhere in our life, even the current scenario that you and I are working with. So it's a wonderful tool. And when do we use it? We use it to assess anything, we use it for choice, and we use it for designing anything. So we find the plus points first, we find the minus point next, and then we look at interesting point. So let's learn how to do this tool. We're going to practice how to do this tool. So practice is with this activity that we have. Supposing God invented a new type of a human being. So supposing this is a lesson in science and we are talking about parts of the human body. And teacher wants to make the lesson very interesting. Why? Because the teacher wants to explain to the children that thanks be to the Lord, thanks be to God, we've got different organs in the right proportion in the human body. So that's how teacher introduces it. Teacher says we got two hands, children, we got two eyes, we got two ears, we got one mouth, we got two legs, we got 10 fingers, okay, we got two thumbs, 8 fingers, we got toes, children, blah, 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 blah. Now, teacher wants to make the lesson more interesting. Why? For children to appreciate the organs or the parts of the body. So how will I introduce this lesson? If I was a school teacher, I would tell the children, what if we had a third arm, children? God decided that two arms are not enough for you and me, and we're going to have a third arm. This third arm is going to come out from the middle of our chest. Okay, so third arm is going to be here, as you can see me. Everybody can see me? You can see me up on the screen? So here's my third arm. My third arm will come and project from all those who can see me, projecting my third arm. Yep, I want to see your palm. Wow, okay, great. You can see me doing that. Awesome, brilliant. Okay, so I want everybody to raise your arms. Come on. If I ask you something, I want that interaction from you. Wonderful. So now we are not going to do discussion on this topic. If we do argument on this topic, we will not be good thinkers and not be good critical thinkers. We will be not good creative thinkers. So how are we going to be good creative thinkers and critical thinkers? We will do plus first. So I want answers from all of you for next 30 seconds. What will be the benefits if all humans had a third arm that was jutting out from the chest? Come on, in the questions you can give me the response. What will be the benefits of having a third arm? By the way, we're going to have some prizes for your participation. The webinar is going to work on analytics, and the people who got the top 3 engagement scores, we are going to reward them. We will send them books of Edward de Bono or our own books after the situation is normal. All right? We promise you we will send you books. And everybody is participating and engaging will be entitled to a certificate of participation of completing this webinar at the end of this webinar. So I got many answers so far. Excellent. It's going to add on to your engagement score. We can share that with you. Who was highest engaged in this session? Excellent. Gauda saying we can do more work, we can lift weight, we can do more jobs, we can move faster. Ashok Kumar said I can eat with my middle hand and do work with the 2 hands. I can do homework faster. I can take notes. I can browse on the cell phone. Aditya says I can do more chores. Murli says more work, more tasks. I can carry more things. Multitasking. Wow. Wonderful. So, what are the plus points? Let me see. What else could be the plus point? Other plus points is, supposing, God forbid, if I lose one arm, then doctors could transplant this spare arm of mine and put it in my right or left limb. which I lost due to an accident. That could be a strong plus by having a spare arm. It's like a spare wheel. All right. So now I've got something. I can help needy people. I can help people who are already elderly people who already got their hands full. And my hands are also full. I can be now not just chivalrous, but I can be a good human being. I can say, can I help you, ma'am, in picking this bag? Can I help you with your baby? Let me push this stroller for you. I can be more kind to other human beings if I had a third arm, not only for my selfish interests. I can be a good human being in this world if I had this third arm. How about that? Now we look, children, at the minus points. So first plus, why? Because we want to be positive thinkers. It's a standard for good thinking. We want good thinking. And how? Plus first, then minus next. Now everybody is going to look at downsides, meaning what can possibly go wrong if we had a third arm. Everybody type in your questions response, what can go wrong if all of us had a third arm? 30 seconds. I'm waiting for responses. What can go wrong? No response so far. Yep, I'm getting wonderful responses. Superb. All of you, great ideas. You're saying it'll look clumsy. I will need new clothing. I will need now three-sleeved blouse or a three-sleeve shirt. Three-sleeve shirt means more fabric. More fabric means I have to pay more to my tailor. Imagine my salwar kameez will be with three arms, mean more cloth, more stitching, more time. It will lead to more designing problems. It will be awkward. I cannot sleep on my stomach. Wow. And what about a surgeon? The surgeon needs to get to my heart and he needs to do open heart surgery. So think about this horrendous situation. What is it? He'll have to saw off my arm first to get access to my chest. What a cruel thing it's going to be. To reach an inner organ, he'll have to cut an outer organ. So surgeries will be very difficult for anything to do with the human body, more so if he has to cut open the chest. Okay, so minus point. What about jewelry? Women will ask for more jewelry, more gold, because now they will wear more jewelries, two arms, and the third arm jewelry also. So we'll have to spend more on jewelry, more on the nail polish, more on the beauty parlor. Wow. And what about fights? It will become more complex. And certain rules or certain sports will have to be changed. It will be complex because how will we play basketball now? Problem minus points because basketball is with two hands. Now we'll have to create one foul if you use a third hand. Hey, what about wrestling? It'll have to it'll be complex, so minus points. Come on now. You're given this minus point. Excellent, Sunitha. Very difficult to dress up. Disturbing, obstruction. We'll use it for the wrong things. Awkward, confusion. Imagine hugging somebody. Bathing will be longer. Soap will be more. Your bathing liquid will be more. Hand-eye coordination will be a problem. You look like an alien. Super. The third hand may interfere when you don't need the third hand to interfere. Now we'll go to the last part. Last part, children, is we are going to learn I. What is I? I is interesting elements not thought before. I is neither plus nor minus. I is not belonging to plus nor minus. I stand for interesting. So how do we do it? How do we master this tool? I will explain. And remember, you all have to chant 10 seconds with me. PMI, 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 PMI. P stands for plus, M stands for minus, I stands for interesting. So what's interesting? It's neither plus or minus. That has not been explored so far. So let's look at some minus points. No. Let's look at some plus points. Definitely no. Why? We are only going to look at interesting points. They are worthwhile. They've not been explored before. So how are we going to do that? I'm going to give you two examples. Then I'd like you to type in the responses. Like, it would be interesting to see which hand we use to shake hands with other people. Now, spontaneously, we are using our right hand for the handshake. It will be interesting to see humans extend which hand, right hand, left hand, or center hand for the classic handshake. Can you all type in what could be other interesting things for you? So, Ranjana, that's not the way you write it. Ranjana will write, it will be interesting to see if all the three hands are fully capable of doing everything. That's the way you write it. Okay, I want you to start with the phrase, it will be interesting if this. Come on, I'm looking at some good answers from all of you. It'd be interesting if this. I haven't seen any answers so far with the phrase, it would be interesting, this. Like I said, yeah, excellent, excellent. I'm getting some answers now. It will be interesting to see how people will hug one another. Excellent. Kathy, excellent. It'll be interesting to see if we can think about which hand we'll write with. Murali also, Bishop also. It'll be interesting to see which hand will be used for clapping. Wow, Murali. It'll be Nandini saying it'll be interesting to see Nandula, which hand will use differently. Ranjana, if all the three hands are as dexterous, as capable as all, it'll be interesting to see which of the three will give us greater efficiency. It'll be interesting to see how the waitress will use her three hands in delivering food. Bishop, wow. It'll be interesting to see which hand we use to hold the bicycle handlebar. Wow. It'll be interesting to see which hand I use to sleep. It will be interesting to see which two hands are used by my dad to drive the car. Wow. It'll be interesting to see if there will be center handers. They cannot write with right hand or left hand. They can write with center hand. Wow. What is this? Muni Raj. Excellent. So it'll be interesting which hand people use to slap one another. Wow. It'll be interesting to see thumb impression for Aadhaar card will be used from which hand. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. So as you can see, it's a wonderful tool. Let's recap on this tool. Everybody, PMI. And if you got your child next to you, you're going to repeat PMI with the child. And as you log off from the webinar, you're going to practice PMI with your child. Why? Make your child a good thinker using tools deliberately. So any situation at home, let's say lockdown. Now the schools are closed. You can tell the child plus point. The schools are closed. We are all at home. Plus point. Minus points, lockdown in the country. What are the minus points? What are the interesting points of this lockdown? It'll be interesting to see what. So example, government, it's already interesting for the government to see whether cases are tapering off, whether the lockdown helping in arresting the virus from spreading. It will be interesting to see its containment and home quarantine working in which area. It'll be interesting to see whether pressure on our healthcare system is reduced. It'll be interesting. It's a big experiment on, and a lot of ifs and buts that not just healthcare, But social scientists are looking at this. It'll be interesting to see how many people come out stronger by staying 1 month at home. It'll be interesting to see the impact on people's mental health after this lockdown, blah, blah, blah. So that's the tool that we learned. I will work on one more tool, and this is a great tool for you to use at home. It's called rules. So why? Because it's a perfect time to have rules at home. And children hate rules. We all hate rules. Anybody loves rules? You can give me your answer. You love rules. I don't love rules. I hate rules because rules are meant to be broken. Wow, Ranjana saying that. Rules are meant to be broken. Children, if you ask children, they will say, we don't love rules. Why? They are fed up of rules in school, and then you have rules at home also. How you have rules at home? You will tell the child, come on, keep your shoes in the shoe rack. Come on, tidy up after playing. Come on, sit and study. Come on. Rules are hated. But let's ask people. Let's understand why this tool by Edward de Bono and how it's going to help us to be good thinkers. Rules serve many purposes. Okay, so example, we have rules in sports. Who knows some rules in cricket? Answer. What rules are there in cricket? Let's see. Maybe we've got different genders up here, so we don't know. Everybody knows the rules of cricket. But let's see. Whoever, what rules do you know in cricket? Cricket has a lot of rules. What rules do you know in cricket? Wow. 6 balls per over. Vishwas knows his cricket. 22 yards pitch. If the ball hits the stump, you're out. Wow. No sledging. 11 players in a team. Wow. There are all many rules in cricket. Leg before wickets rule. Substitute player rule. Oh, if no ball is delivered. Wow. Wide ball rule. Third umpire rule. What else? Replay rule. Third eye rule. What else rule? What else rule? Toss rule. Field restriction during power play. Wow. To all of you. You see that? Okay. Duckworth-Lewis rule. Wow. Can you tell me now? Excellent, huh? All of you, brilliant answers from all of you. Can you tell me now, what if cricket had no rules? What would happen to a cricket match without any rules? Ranjana, first answer, chaos, fights, field chaos. Kathy, correct. What else would happen on the field? It will not be interesting. It will not be a gentleman's game. We'll not know who's the winner. Manoj's right. Come on, everybody. If there are no rules in cricket, what's going to happen? We'll not know who will bat first, who will bowl first. One person will bowl throughout because there is no restriction on number of balls. Audience will interfere with the game. Excellent. No one will be out. We will not have statisticians. Excellent. You all brilliant ideas from all of you. Amazing ideas from all of you. We're going to have all of your ideas captured. Our webinars are going to give us the ability to document all that so we can farm it out to you as analytics at the end of the session. Super. So you all got it right. Rules are essential. Now let's come to rules connected with traffic. Supposedly, we have some traffic rules in India. We have the Motor Vehicles Act in India that has some rules for traffic in India. Anybody knows the rules for traffic in India? What rules do we have for traffic in India? Wow, all of you amazing. I've got Paspulate, I've got Sandeep, I've got Kurup, Ashok Kumar Kurup, Kathy, Ranjana. Come on, others. There are a lot of people up in this webinar. I would like everybody, 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 everybody. Come on, everybody. Okay, everybody. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Everybody, what rules do we have in the traffic in India? Those who are not logged on, not logging with the ideas, 34 of you. Come on. Now tell me. Come on. Now tell me. Come on. Come on. What would go wrong? What would go wrong if we had no rules on the roads in India, which apparently is true to some extent. Most of Bangalore traffic. Somebody Bangalore or Gurgaon, you will understand what I mean. No traffic rules. So what happens when there are no rules? What could go wrong if there are no rules, no traffic rules? You'll fold your mirrors. You will have. You will not wear helmets. Wow. You will go not on the zebra crossing. Wow, Bhumika, there'll be more accidents. Morally, accidents galore. Accidents would happen. Roads will become road rage war fields, which was already happening. There would be confusion. Bullock carts will be going on the express highway. Wow, Manoj, amazing. Traffic jams, accidents. Nobody follow the rules currently. Current scenario. Reaching home is going to take hours like Gurgaon to Delhi. Nobody reached the destination in time. Wow. We'll have dents in our cars, which is reality. No one will be able to walk safely because road accidents, more problem for traffic police, damage to life and property. Wow, economy will not grow. So now, children, let's have some rules at home. Let's identify rules at home. Why is that? Let's go through a very important learning on this slide. A rule should not be enforced. A rule should not be enforced from the top. A rule should be created for it to have buy-in by the people who are going to implement the rule. Okay? People must see the benefit of the rule to believe in it and to obey it. So let's have some rules for home now. And we are going to involve the children in this activity. Mama, Papa will not make the rules. Mama will say, you have to have bath in the morning, rule. You have to have a shower in the evening, rule. You have to switch off the TV, rule. You have to tidy up your toys, rule. No way now. Now, Mama is going to sit with the children and say, children, we will have some rules now. But Mama and Papa will not come up with the rules. You all come up with the rules now. What rules should we have? Come on, can you design some rules as though you're a child for home? I'm waiting for your answers. What rules should we have at home? Example, Dad should not yell at mom. Rule. We badly need it in some homes because some dads yelling at their moms. Okay. Some rules, some more rules. Mobile usage rules. Muhammad, excellent. No, we need rule to tidy up the toys. It should be positive. Rule should be positive. Rule should not be negative. Playing time rules. Excellent. Drinking milk rules. Excellent. Eating veggie meals. Excellent. Helping in household chore rules. Excellent, Ms. Rora. Rules of the home. That's what I want. Studying time. Mother Sudan, right. Rules. Rules for helping house help. Not leaving things on the table. Helping house help. Rules. What are the rules we need? We need to respect house helps. Rules. We need these rules. Okay? Because some children not doing that. You should have this rule. Okay? Like you should talk. Yeah, speak in a polite manner to everybody. We should pick up our plates after eating. Ajit Singh, excellent. We should use polite language with all, even the kacharawala, even the kachara kuda man, even the scavenger. We should have rules for waking up. Excellent. So we must have rules for everything. How to eat at the table. We must have some rules. Wow. No mobile phone while eating lunch or dinner at the table. Rule. Wow. So now you see what a wonderful thing this scenario is going to do. It's going to help you to engage with your child better. I'm just going to see. So one more time, what's the name of this tool? It's called rules. Very simple tool. So I have rules for screening time. I can see all the answers, and either way we're going to have it up in the file. I'm just seeing some other people's responses to what they asked for in this particular session and whether we covered it or not. So, okay. So, how to make my child bright and successful is to invest more in teaching and reinforcing such tools on a daily basis. It's not a one time activity. Any tool you can only learn through practice. Remember that. So, key of learning anything is practice, practice, practice. If you don't practice, you cannot master it. So I have to give you an example. I wanted to learn swimming. Okay, as a kid, I wanted to learn swimming. So what happened? I went to learn swimming for 2 lessons only. And guess what? I do not know swimming till today because I never practiced swimming. To learn the skill of swimming, I had to go repeatedly to learn swimming. So if you need to practice thinking and you need your child to practice thinking, then practice, practice, and practice. Very important. I will repeat and emphasize. How you are going to do that? You will tell your child, come on, we remember the tool called PMI, let's practice. Remember we said we're going to have some rules, let's practice. More practice, going to make you perfect. So that's the answer to the first question that somebody logged in and said, I want to know how to manage my child's thinking and using tools that we said. Some other tools that you can use are in the book, Teach Your Child How to Think. Once Amazon starts delivering or Flipkart starts delivering, please do buy the book by Dr. Edward De Bono. That's a great book. It's meant for parents. It's meant for all of you. And if you read this book, you will be able to get more tools on similar lines of what we are discussing and make it into a habit. So how to make the child bright and successful, already answered. I'm interested in learning more. I've given you 2 tools. I will end up with one small tool for you as well. Is this based on De Bono's COT program? Yes, the 60 tools are part of De Bono's COT program. Need to guide my son of 9 years old to have proper upbringing. So one more tool will help you to have proper upbringing. Even if you use these 3 tools with your child at home, you'll be able to have proper upbringing. I'm going to practice that tool with you now towards the end. And how to deal with a defiant child? Already said, PMI rules helps you to knock off the negativity in the child and build more positivity in the child. Why? Because the child becomes a good thinker by doing things in a positive way with you. So one of the last tools I want to do with you is to use a tool called APC. I have many tools. We have limited time, so I'm just focusing on some interesting tools. CNS is also a good tool that we can work on a difficult child. But let's look at a creative thinking tool that we can work on the child. Okay, so this tool is, again, chant after me. APC. Remember how we write it? APC. See how I'm writing it? APC. APC. How I'm chanting? APC. A dot, P dot, C dot. Why? It's not all together. APC. Why is APC? What does it stand for? Getting the child to come up with alternatives, possibilities, and choices. Come up with many options. Don't come up with one option. Like in the beginning, I stressed, don't see a problem one way. See a math problem different way. See a physics problem different way. See a classroom problem. Maybe you're having a problem with your teacher. You don't like your Hindi teacher. You can see the problem differently. What about the teacher you don't like? How can you find an alternative way to start liking the teacher? Because if you don't like the teacher, you will not like the subject. You will hate the subject. So people don't hate teachers. They don't hate the subject. They hate the teachers because the teacher, you have a certain perception. So now how are we going to do things differently? I have a challenge for all of you. Coming on the screen is a friend of mine needs your help and needs you to use this tool called APC. What is this tool called APC? Need alternatives, possibilities, choices. What is alternatives, possibilities, choices? They all mean one and the same thing. What are possibilities? Not tried before. What are choices? Are options. So we need alternatives. We need other ways to do something. We need possibilities, not tried before. Choices, option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. So a friend of mine needs your help this morning. He's stuck. He's on the other side of the wall and he needs to get onto to a different side of the wall. So he's looking at how can I get onto the other side of the wall? Option 1, he thinks of getting a ladder. If he brings a ladder, he will climb on the ladder and using this ladder, he will get onto the other side of the wall. That's option 1, but that's not enough. So he thinks of another option. He thinks of getting a tambourine from the trapeze artist in the circus. He goes to Gemini Circus and he gets this from the trapeze artist because he's going to get a spring. He's going to get this bounce. And by bouncing off, he is going to be able to get some alternatives. So how is he going to get that? Once he jumps, he'll get that extra height and he will automatically get onto the other side of the wall. Great idea. But he's not happy. He needs more ideas. So he thinks of getting a magic carpet. Where's he going to get the magic carpet from? He thinks of getting the magic carpet. The magic carpet he thinks of getting from Turkey. Wow! This magic carpet from Turkey will help him to get onto the other side of the wall. Wow! He's getting all these great ideas now by simply thinking differently. And the fourth idea he's getting is get a friend to hoist him across the wall. You got a minute, all of you. Let me see. Again, my system and my analytics will tell who's going to qualify for the prize. What's your task? Your task is all of you will tell me now, all of you are going to tell me now how to get across the other side of the wall. So before that, Munir Raj, you said how to order. I already told you, order the original copy of the book from Flipkart or from Amazon. Both have original. Penguin India are the publishers. It's an original copy of the book. It's not a pirated copy. Go on. Continue, please. Back to this challenge. Your challenge is how do we get to the other side of the wall? Come on, I need answers from all of you. How to get to the other side of the wall? Do it on the moon. Okay. Any idea is okay. Possibility means Something not tried before. Dig a tunnel, which was excellent. Get a pogo stick. Excellent. Go around and find a gate on the other side. Wow. Practice high jump. Excellent. Step on the bricks. Excellent. Climb the wall and get down from there. Excellent. Deshpande. If ladder is available, it will be first choice. Already there. Somebody said, get Spider-Man. Wow. Somebody saying, drill hole through the wall, Vasan. Wow. So don't settle for the first answer. Generate a lot of solutions. Become Iron Man. Wow. One of the 5 superheroes will help you. Become Aquaman. Become Batman. Take chairs. Wow, Sunita. Brilliant. Chairs, tables, climb on them. Wow, take sandbags and climb on them. How about getting an elephant? Get on an elephant back. Then elephant will, through the trunk, he will hoist you and put you on the other side. Get the cannon from the circus. One more thing from the circus. The clown will put you in the human cannon and blast you on the other side. Go on a camel or a giraffe. Wow. Get water on one side. The water level will rise. You will also rise. You will get onto the other side. Wow. Use jumping boots. Wow. Get an ostrich. Wow. Get a kangaroo. Wow. Use a horse. Okay. You can use a trained horse because horses who are trained, they go for polo. Don't forget, they can jump over obstacles. So get a wonderful trained horse. That horse, not for the race, but for jumping obstacles. He will come galloping, 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 and go over the wall. Come on. What happened now, children? Amazing, children. You've done a great job, children. You learned this wonderful tool, APC. So what's APC? This is what this tool is all about. APC says we must generate alternatives, possibilities, and choices. We must have lots of alternatives. And when trying this tool, we must not use negative thinking. We can use any possibility. Like Sunita said, go over the moon. Somebody said, bring a camel, bring a giraffe. I have suckers on hand and feet. Kathy is giving this stupid idea. All stupid ideas are acceptable ideas. Why is that? They are all possibilities. We need to build this thinking in our children. How can they be bright? So if somebody says, typical scenario at home, children will say, Mama, my birthday party should be in McDonald's. You can tell, children, baby, let's use APC. How can we celebrate this year's birthday party? Your birthday is going to be in June, July, whenever, after the lockdown, presumably. But how can we celebrate this year's birthday? Come up with alternatives and possibilities. Let me see the human in you. I'm giving you a clue. If you teach this to your child, you will not only make him bright and smart, you will make him a good human being with this tool. Now ask your child, using tool of APC, you got a minute, all of you. This is my final exercise, and any more questions we'll address. I want answers from you to bring out the human in you. If you are a child, how would you like to celebrate this year's birthday? McDonald's is one option. How would you celebrate this year's birthday? Give me alternative ideas for this year's birthday. This year's birthday party. I want to have this year's birthday party. So how to have? I'm getting some very good answers at an old age home. Wow. And you can bring out the human in you. Celebrate it with the family and friends at home, okay? Make cakes in your house and Deepak distribute it to poor people. How's that? Find poor people like daily wage earners and give the cakes during your birthday to them. Think this way. Can you think this way? Donate the money in an orphanage. Excellent, Manoj. Breed this kind of thinking in your child. Do some seva in some Gurudwara. Pay for the langar. Have birthday celebration with orphans. Sahu, 10 out of 10. I love that. Give money to some downtrodden society. Do blood donation. Take your child and donate blood. You donate, not the child. Let them show daddy's donating blood for your birthday. Wow. Take all his old toys and give it to an orphanage or a children's cancer home. Wow. Cut your hair and your child's hair and give it to make a wig for cancer patients. Wow. Think this way. How can we tell storytelling at an orphanage or storytelling at a Cheshire home? What else? Go to poor schools, the schools that can't afford things, and distribute. Not in your school. Your school, the kids can afford eating cake, eating sweets for a change. Distribute. Tell your friends, I am not going to distribute sweets and chocolates in my school, but I'm going to distribute it into a blind school or a municipal school. Wow. Distribute it in a public park with old homeless people. Excellent ideas. If you generate thinking like this with your child and you encourage the child to think like this, you are building a wonderful human being in your house using the tools of Edward de Bono. I'm going to pause here. Wonderful ideas from all of you. Buy books for poor kids. Wow, 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 wow. I'm just going to check any more of your requirements or your expectation that I haven't covered. And then we'll leave the floor to any questions that you may have. Okay, all of the points that were expectation, we already done that. So any questions from now on, please feed in. And I've already given you the link. Please do read a wonderful book. And that book is Teach Your Child How to Think. You can also log on to our websites. Our websites are genesiseventindia.in or Edward D. Bono India.in. If you log on to these websites, you will get a lot of information. You will get a lot of information. Okay. I will address somebody's question. Rora has asked a question. So Edward D. Bono India.in. And we have ideas that's consulting, ideas that I will address the questions I see coming up now. And do send us a mail. You know how to reach us. We will be sending you a follow-up mail as well. And we'll be happy to help you out. So some questions, okay. Tools look very simple. It'll be challenging because we are oriented to the absolutely. So to make it a habit, Ashok Kumar, you have to practice. Any new skill is going to be awkward at first. So how do you make it into a habit? You'll have to make it into a habit by using it on a regular basis. If the child is unwilling and lazy to follow the rules, you have to emphasize every day and maybe involve the child more in reminding the rules. So because maybe you're the one who built the rules, not the child. So the buy-in of the rules is very important. The rules must come from the child. That's a core principle of that tool. If you break that rule, you will find the child will break the rule. Okay, so you have a rule on how to make a rule. You will have to create the rule with the child. The child has to agree, and the buy-in must be there. Okay, so big problem with this is 1 second. I'm just looking at your questions. Okay, and answer your question. What if the child breaks a rule? The big how do we curb instant gratification? Yeah, so you instant gratification will be with what I've been doing with you through your words. Need not be with candy, chocolate, or giving access to something that he or she is stubborn. You can tell excellent. I'm using it with my 2.5-year-old grandson. It's working wonders. He said, Dadu, say excellent, excellent, excellent. So say excellent. It costs you nothing. If you pick up on a positive behavior and you keep doing that gratification by accentuating the positive, by using some adjectives like very good beta, excellent beta, great job beta. So catch the child doing something right. Don't catch the child doing something wrong. So that gotcha attitude has to change in us. If the child is doing something wrong, we say, wow, great job, excellent. बच्चे का हौसला और बढ़ेगा and the child will do more positive things. So wonderful questions that you're asking. How to handle the teenager? Same way, no difference. The tools are meant from 5 years up to even adults, young adults. So your teenager comes into this category, and you can have rules with the teenager because teenager may be under peer pressure. So you can have rules on how long to stay out of the house, whose house to go, how to keep you informed, what kind of friends to have. You can have rules for everything for his engagement so that you're not seen overbearing as a mother because they want their freedom as well. And they've got peer group pressure. Okay, they say, Mom, chill, Mom, you don't know, Mom, you're old fashioned. So you need to handle them differently. You need to treat them as an adult and get the engagement with them as well. So buy books, okay. 1 second. Teenager shared, two people had the same question. Gratification through words. Remember that. Why? Because everybody needs positive accentuation. Everybody needs to build upon the positive. More practice. How do we overcome the challenge? Practice. Parents should walk the talk. Yes, very important. That's why book is called Teach Your Child How to Think. It's not for the child. It's for you. So you have to do the same in interaction with one another. If the husband is talking, then the wife has to do wow to the husband. Wonderful, G. But if she starts arguing in front of the child, then the child will say, Mama, you yourself are not listening to daddy. How do you expect me to listen to you? Or there are grandparents at home and you are not respecting the grandparents, meaning your in-laws or your own parents, you're not respecting. How do you expect the child then to respect you? So you can have some two rules for you. Tell the child what rules should mom and dad have as parents. What rules should mom and dad have in dealing with their parents? How's that? So you start doing things this way, you will find a better acceptability. Okay. And any more point? Any more point? Some key tools I've already covered. 3 of the key tools. There are many more rules. How do you describe APC? Already described. It is generating alternatives. Generating alternatives is APC. It is to drive creative thinking in your child. In your child. Your child should have creative thinking. So this tool is for creative thinking compared to PMI. PMI is for evaluating critical thinking. Rules are for critical thinking, not to have mistakes in thinking. That's why rules. APC is basically for creative thinking. That's the answer that I just gave you now. Arpita, I hope you got that answer. What is Sunita saying? What if they are using bad words for fun? And even if I've told them they're not improving. Sunita, again, you can have some rules or you can teach them a tool called CNS. CNS is another wonderful tool. What is CNS? Yeah, I'll let you have a look at my slide on CNS. CNS is tell them the consequences. If all of us start using bad words, what are going to be the consequences in the future? Consequences will be, even my friend will use slur words. They will say, oh, S, dash, 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 dash. Okay. Then we can have, I had a rule, I have a niece whose daughter lives in America. And she had a rule with me because I had the tendency of using, when I went to visit them in Cincinnati, practically. I started using one word unknowingly. And that word, for all of you, children are there, please pardon. I started using the word, oh shit. Oh shit. Anything that will go wrong, I would say, oh shit. Her name is Elizabeth. And I taught Elizabeth these tools. So Elizabeth used these tools on me. Elizabeth said, now, Sunil Nana, I'm going to have one rule for you. Every time you tell that bad word, you're going to give me $1. And guess what? I lost $2. After that, I never used that undesirable word with her at all. So you can have such rules with the children. Okay. So if you're explaining many times, you can have it, you can tell. Okay. So somebody put a question, can you share this PPT? Unfortunately, no. It's under IP. What is under IP? We got intellectual property for all of this. So this is IP. IP means this is IPR. We cannot share the PPT deck. It is only meant for certified trainers. So if you're interested more, you can contact us, or you can contact your children's schools, because some schools have this as a formal program, okay, where they train the teachers on how to use these tools. So we'll be happy to train the teachers in that school on how to make this a way of life. Can you propose a word of thanks to all the people who were there for this session?
Hi, thank you so much for everybody for attending the wonderful session by Dr. Sunil Gupta. I hope it was very helpful under the trying times that we are living in. I hope Dr. Gupta has given you a lot of direction and good thinking for your kids. We look forward to hearing from you, your feedback. Please share more of the webinars that you would want us to engage with. We will have Dr. Gupta think of the content of the program and he'll connect with you immediately. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you, everybody, and keep thinking.